Hello friends, welcome to the craft room. My name is Susan. This is Revive DIY and Upcycled Designs. I'm so happy to have you here in the craft room with me. Welcome. I am an independent designer with Chalk Couture, and today I'm going to share a couple of Chalk Couture ideas with you using paste and ink that you can transform any decor items that you would like with these products. So I have a couple things in front of me. Do you see some red? Okay, so I am, like I said, I am trying to, I'm redoing my coffee bar, which I always change out for seasons and holidays and, you know, whatever whim I have. So I love to change that out because it's a small area, it's easy to decorate, and it doesn't always have to go along with all the rest of the house. And I see it every single morning, so it brings me joy. So I am changing it from summer to patriotic. So I'll keep that up for probably about 2 or 3 weeks. And then I'll probably bring summer back in. Maybe not the exact same summer I had before, maybe some new pieces because I'll be creating some new pieces or pulling out some new pieces. But today I need to add a couple more items to it. I need to create a couple more items to add to it. Plus, if you're new here, you may not know that I am a coffee mug junkie. So I love themed everything, you guys. Let's be honest, I love themed everything. But I really love my themed coffee mugs. I had picked up this. Isn't that beautiful? It's a very like, I feel like it's like a poppy color red. Does that make sense, you guys? It's got a lot of orange undertones to it, and I picked it up from a thrift store. So I love to do that. It's completely blank. I mean, it's pretty, it's fun, but I've got to make it cute. I've got to upcycle it. That's my thing. I love to do. And then this guy too, I picked this up at a thrift store. Look at this cute little, now, whether or not it came like that or not, I don't know. I don't know if it's, I think it's just supposed, it says dishwasher safe. It could be decorative. It could maybe actually be used. I'm going to use it for decorative because I just think it's too cute, and that's going to work on my coffee bar or my tiered tray that's on my coffee bar as well. So today we're going to work with ink because with our coffee mugs, you know, we have to be able to wash them and reuse them. You can even put our ink in the dishwasher. I don't usually. If I hand make it, I usually hand wash it. That's just how I do because you're getting that high temp and it's eventually going to wear away. But when you heat set our ink products, it's going to be permanent, especially if you hand wash it. It's not going to come off. That's the whole idea behind it. But with this, I'm just going to use chalk paste because, hey, it's red. I could use this for Christmas. I can use it for Valentine's Day. What else is red? What else is red, you guys? I can't think of anything else. But anyway, I could change it out and use the same little cutie pie. And see, then I'm cutting down on my storage space. And when you have stuff like this, all I have to do is clean it off. My transfers don't take up that much room. Change it out and put another design on it. So I'm sure you'll see this little cutie again. But that's what we're going to work with today. And the transfer that I'm going to use is actually not available. It's a retired transfer. It's from last year. And it's retired. But I love it. And I have not even done very many projects with it. But look at this, you guys. Isn't that fabulous? So look at all the different, I mean, it's a big one. Obviously, it's a big one. But look at all the different options on here. I want to do this so bad, and I haven't had a chance to do it yet. Isn't that going to be fabulous? I love things that have words in it. I don't know about you guys, but I love like the subway art kind of look and things like that. But I definitely need to make either a whole flag or even just part of this into like a subway sign. I need to do that. I need to find time to do that. But isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome, Jennifer? But look at all the other elements that you get. So sometimes, even though you're getting these big old transfers and you say, oh, well, gosh, I don't know if I want to spend that much. Look what you're getting. You're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different designs and really more because you could just use this section on something. So then you can do that. And you could just use part of this on something. So you can mix and match and create whatever your mind dreams up. So I'm actually going to use a couple of these. That's why I'm not highlighting any of my transfers today. But you can look online. We do have 2 patriotic transfers on my website right now. One is a stars. It's called Stars. I don't know. It's just called Stars. No, it's not. That's not. It's called Patriotic Stars, 1776 Patriotic Stars. And they actually coordinate with some of our wood cutout stars, but you can also use them just for projects. So we do have that. You can also use any of our designs that we have on surfaces like this. It doesn't have to be a patriotic. But today I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use this one. And like I said, one's going to be ink and one's going to be chalk paste. So let's go ahead and get this started. I should have taken it out of here. Sorry, guys. But we're going to use these 2. And if you remember, I did a project with this guy on a Dollar Tree star. Do you see it? It's up here. On a little Dollar Tree metal star. I did that back near Memorial Day. So we are going to do this on my mug. I want that on my mug. And I'm going to do this one that just says 4th of July on this little mixing bowl. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take these off. I don't remember if I've cut this one. I don't think I've cut this one, so let me cut it. And I will fuzz these. Now, when you're working with glass, you guys, when you're working with glass, you always want to make sure you really fuzz your surface or your transfer because it loves to grab onto your surface. So this is, you know, it's not glass, but it's, what is it called? stoneware or porcelain or whatever. Not porcelain, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever this stuff is. All right, we are going to do the paste project first. Now, I generally find, get some glass cleaner, and you know what? I forgot to check. Or I have one of those, like, oh, here they are. So I keep these up here in my craft room, like your lens wipes that you would use on your glasses with your sunglasses. I usually keep those up here. Keep some of those up here because you can get those super cheap. I think you can even get those at the Dollar Tree. I don't know. And I usually like to wipe the surface that I'm going to be using, and I gotta need to kind of think about which side am I going to put it on. I mean, I could put it on both sides, but I just want to think about which side I want to put it on, where I'm going to set it. So I'm probably going to put it on my tiered tray that's on my coffee bar. And if you're ever wondering what my coffee bar looks like, I do a little thing in my stories almost every single morning showing my coffee bar. So I didn't do it this morning because I didn't have coffee until 1 o'clock, guys, after I got back home from the chiropractor in the grocery store. That's when I was able to get my coffee. So I didn't even do it by then. But I like to wipe them down, my surfaces down, because you know it's probably got finger oils. I did wash this one when I brought it home. And that one, I think, because they were from the thrift store. But I like to take this just to make sure there's no like oils or anything like that on there. And I save that and reuse it because you can get more than one use out of it. It's got stuff on it. If you don't have a clean wipe like that, just a little bit of alcohol or like a Windex or window cleaner or something like that would work fine too. So like I said, we are going to fuzz, fuzz, fuzz these transfers. And all that means is my transfers are self-adhesive, so they're sticky. They're reusable a dozen times or more, depending on how well you take care of them. And we want it to be sticky, but not so sticky that when I go to pull it off of this type of surface that it loves to grab onto, that it tries to stretch it, okay? So, let's see here. I'm thinking, and by the way, Jennifer, I got my package yesterday. I'm going to do an unboxing reveal tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Yeah, so I will give you a shout out, girl, because I can't wait. Okay, so I'm thinking I need to do it one more time. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to place that right here. And luckily my transfers are flexible, so I should be able to mold it around, you know, this little curve that I have here because this is a bowl. And the main thing that I want to pay attention to is that my silk screen area is touching. Oh, I'm not going to get all my stars on there, y'all. I might have to do it in two. Sometimes if it's too angled, like this is pretty angled. If it's too angled, you might have to do it in two different. We might just do the word fourth, and then I'll shift it and do that bottom part. So we'll do that. We'll dry that, and then I'll do the top bottom part. But you want to make sure your silk screen is really touching because you want to have good contact. That way you don't have any bleeds. But if you did on this surface, once the paste dries, you can, guess what? You can scrape it right off because it's paste, chalk paste. But it will dry hard to the touch, and then it won't come off until I want it to come off. So I have chosen some shimmer. If you follow me, you know I love my shimmer. So I have chosen Shimmer Frost for my white, and I chose Duchess. I know it's not a traditional red, white, and blue, but it's a gorgeous blue, and I had to use it. It's like a Cinderella blue, I feel like. And I just need that little bit pop. And I have a variety of blues on my coffee bar because I do like teal with red and white for 4th of July as well. So, but you choose which colors you like. And like I said, this is just chalk paste, which is just basically wet chalk. I'm going to keep this on here just because it helps so that it doesn't roll around. And you're going to see how easy this is, you guys. I'm just going to grab one of my squeegees, which is the tool we use to apply it. And I think I'm going to do the 4th of, is that even straight, y'all? I have to face it towards me sometimes to see. Because I can do some things upside down. Well, like I can read upside down. Did you guys used to do that for your kids? Or do you do that for your kids? I used to read upside down to my kids when I would read. Like their books, like kid books, not like chapter books. But I can do that, but I can't always line up my transfers that when I have it upside down. So I am going to just do the 4th of in the Shimmer Frost, and that is going to look fabulous. And I'm already trying to get it into the J, y'all. So tell me what you guys are up to today. I would love to hear what you're doing, and tell me what your weather is. Do you guys have the smoke too? It is so, I just cannot believe that we are experiencing this again, that it is going on this long, and it's that bad that it makes it all the way down here down south. You know, it's crazy. And I really haven't heard that much about it in the news. All I'll get is the alerts on my phone saying air quality alert, air quality alert. And in some ways, I'm thankful my mother-in-law is not around because even though she would be inside, she was always inside. especially when it was really hot. She had, you know, stage 4 COPD and was on oxygen 24/7, so we had to be careful with her. She had to be very careful if she was going out and the weather, the air quality was bad. So she's breathing great now. All right, so super easy. See how fun? Watch. I'm gonna pull it off, and then we're gonna let it dry, and I'm gonna shift it. Look how great. Now, do you see on that 4 how it looks like that? It's supposed to look like that. The cool thing about our transfers is that they're silk screen, so I'm gonna turn it upside down and show you. It has distressing in there. Do you see where it has the distressing in the number 4? So it's supposed to look like that. So that's super cool. I love that. It's kind of rustic. And like I said, I did get a little bit here, but guess what? I'm just gonna wipe it off before it dries. Now I'm gonna set that over to the side for a minute, and then we'll come back and we'll do the July and probably the stars. I might move the stars around. That's the cool thing about the transfers too, is you can kind of make them look how you want to. Now, I did not test this because you guys know I fly by the seat of my pants. I usually come up here and it's like bam, bam, rush, rush, but I can't help but want to create with you guys. Okay, so this is ink. We're going to work with ink on this one. And I also have a hard time with this sometimes. It's like, do I want it to be on the side facing out? Do I want it to be on the side I get to see? Do I want to put it out here or do I want to put something on both sides? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to put it on the side facing me, y'all. And let's see if I can get the whole phrase on there. I hope so, because that's what I wanted to do, but you know, sometimes it works that way and sometimes it doesn't. Now this is one of the older transfers, so it's not as translucent, so I can't really see through it. But I also have something on there, y'all. Check and make sure you don't have anything in your silk screen. I have a hunk of something I just pulled off it's about time for me to wash my fuzzing cloth again because it's got too much like other lint on it. Because it's just like a terry cloth, so, but sometimes it picks up lint. But you want to make sure you don't have anything in your silk screen area because it will mess up your design. Okay. All right, guys, bear with me. This is the longest part of the whole process. So with inking, with making your own coffee mugs, you have to use ink and you need to let it dry completely. I usually just set my stuff aside and let it dry at least 24 hours, whether I'm doing a shirt, a pillow, a coffee mug, whatever it is I'm inking. I usually set it aside for at least 24 hours and then I will heat set it. And with a coffee mug or something like that, or even if you're doing a glass, sorry, I'm trying to get all the bubbles out. I'll make sure I have no bubbles. If you're doing that, you definitely want it to dry 24 hours and then it has to be able to be heat set. And the way you heat set it is put it in the oven. So if you decide you're going to try this, just let me know. I will send you the instructions for how to do that. Super easy, and I love to do it. Like I said, I love to do it. So I'll do this now. I'll let it dry overnight. And then probably tomorrow night, usually what I do is like when I go to bed, tomorrow night before bed, I will put it, you guys, it's not straight. Like anybody else is going to know that it's not straight, but it bothers me. Okay. So I'll put it in the oven before I go to bed and then do the heat setting of it. And then, then after it's done heat setting, basically baking, then I let it sit in the oven all night long. So it just kind of cures overnight and it cools off. And then in the morning, I'll wash it and use it. So I'm trying really hard to get all the bubbles out. I don't want any bumps or bubbles or anything like that because I want my image to be smooth. However, with ink, again, like I said, you can always fix it before you heat set it. I usually wait for it to dry, but I can fix it if I have any kind of bleeds, which doesn't usually happen if your transfer fits on your surface well. Like most of this is, but there's going to be some of it that's going to give me a little bit of a challenge because of the slope of the cup. So just take your time, smooth it out, and you'll be happy that you did take the time to do that. Yay! Okay, can you guys see that? All right, so what I've chosen is my white. I do have silver, you guys, but I'm not going to do silver because I've already done one in silver. I'm going to tuck that over there for a second. Let's see, what do I want to do? That's what I want to do. I'm going to use white, and I have, this is our ink single. So we started offering ink singles this year, which is fabulous because it gives you a chance to try ink without a big commitment, and I love that. And if you're in my VIP group, I believe next week I'm probably going to be offering some little bundle packs with some ink singles that you can try. But this is the color Cadet, And I think it's going to show up on here. I'm not going to do a lot of it in cadet. I think I'm just going to do the star, and I'm going to do all the rest of it in white. But I feel like that little, I wanted to have just a tiny bit of blue on it too. So it was completely red, white, and blue. Okay. Now when I do my ink, I do what they call knead it. I haven't opened it yet. You'll get lots of projects out of this. It's more than one project out of this, guys, depending on how big the project is. But you could get more than one project out of this. So I'm just kind of like squeezing it like you would, I don't know, what kind of packet would you do that with? Maybe a mayonnaise or something. And then I push the ink or the chalk paste, because we have chalk paste also in single packets, up kind of away from the bottom. And then I just take a pair of my scissors and I cut a little corner off, just a little corner off like that, okay? I do it on the bottom, that way you can still see your color that you're working with. And for this particular project, because I'm doing it on such a small area, I'm not even going to squeeze it out. Normally I'd say squeeze out like the size of maybe a dime, if not even that for this, probably like a pea, like the size of a pea onto some kind of surface. Like we have little paint trays, or if you keep in your craft room, I always have like old dishes or something like that, but something where you can put the paste or the ink on, even if it's a paper plate, it doesn't matter. And then you can squeeze it out, just what you need. And if I can get it down, I'm trying really hard not to get too much, because you want to save whatever else is left. You can't put it back in. You can always take more out, but you can't put it back in once it's come out. So only squeeze out a little at a time. And I am really going to take just a tiny bit, y'all. Look, see how much I got? And we'll see if that does it. And I am just going to go ahead and apply it directly onto, I think this will probably be enough, directly onto my transfer. Okay. And any of our designs work with ink, you guys. You can use ink, you can use etching cream, and surprise, surprise, we are going to start offering etching cream when our new catalog comes out. Oh, I just got it on a word I didn't want it to. We're going to start offering etching cream as well on my online store when the new catalog comes out in July. Yep, I definitely don't need any more ink. That was plenty. You know what I could do? I always do this, you guys. I get working on a project thinking I know how I'm going to do it, and then I'm like, oh, but what if I did that? I could have done like the hot mess technique and used the white and the blue kind of mixed together on this. That might be kind of cool. I've never done that with ink on a mug. I could do that, you guys. Why don't we do it? If I hate it, I can wipe it off before I heat set it and do it again. Shouldn't we do it? Don't you think we should try it? Let's try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dab some more. Get me a little more ink out. This is what we call the hot mess technique. So you just dab it in a couple different places where you want it. Sometimes you waste more doing it this way, but it's worth it to me to try it. The ink is not expensive. I don't have a big jar of this blue, so that's why I'm using a single packet. I had just, because I wasn't sure how much I would use this color. The other ones I have jars of. But I'm just going to kind of put it, like dabs of it, here and there. And just making sure I have like a loose amount. Okay, put that aside. Be careful when you're working with ink. Always make sure you have a wet paper towel or a baby wipe or something like that. I'll show you what we're going to do with this in a minute to save it. And now, but you just be careful, because if you get it on your clothes, you could put a stain on your clothes, even if you haven't heat set it yet, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my white as well, and I'm going to do the same kind of thing. Now, I'm not going to cross-contaminate. I don't want to add the blue into there, so that's why I'm doing it this way first. And I'm going to make sure I have plenty. I think that's going to be enough. I'm going to grab just a little more than what I think. And basically what I'm going to do, so I've just dabbed it all over, is I am now going to take my squeegee, and I'm just going to kind of go across the whole design, and I'm going to kind of mix it. I don't want to create a new color, so I don't want to over blend it, but I'm going to make it so it's almost like a tie-dye with these two colors. And y'all know how much I love my tie-dyes. All right, and now I'm just pulling off any extra, because you do want a light layer of ink. You don't want it to be too thick. So we'll dry. So now we have kind of like a hot mess, right? Now, I did waste all that. I can't reuse it unless I can figure out something else to use it on another project. before it dries. But you do have a little longer to work with ink than you do with chalk paste because it doesn't dry as quickly. But now we're gonna do our favorite part, peel and reveal. All right, guys, hopefully I covered everything. I'm gonna go back slowly. In case I missed anything, I can lay it back down and I can reapply. And if I have any ink on my fingers, I'm gonna wipe it off. This surface, it's not as a big deal, but if I'm making a shirt or a piece of fabric, I definitely wanna make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. All right, guys. Let's see. I have a little bleed there, but I can fix it. I do have a little bleeding, but I can fix that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I'm so glad I did that. Look how cool that is, y'all. Oh my gosh. Can you read it? Can you see what word it is? I hope so. I hope it's not too like tie-dye. Is that a word? That's a new adjective I just created. Now with ink, I do suggest that you take it to your sink and wash it right away. I can't do that, but I'm just going to spray it with some water until I can, because ink, you don't want it to dry in your silk screen. Otherwise, your transfer could get ruined because you can't really get it out. Chalk paste you can really work with and get it out. Otherwise, ink, you definitely want to try to get it out. So now I need to be careful because if I touch this, I'll smear it. What I will do is with the areas that have some bleed, I'm going to let this dry, and before I heat set it tomorrow, I'm going to take my little tool. You saw that detail tool. It has a little pointy thing on the end, and I'll scrape off any areas that I got some bleeds on. And it's just because I didn't have it smooth enough and because of the angle of the glass. So sometimes that happens, but y'all, is that not adorable? Okay, I'm gonna set that aside and do my best not to touch it because I'm not good about that. So then what you do to try to save the ink that you have in here, obviously I have some that's probably right here at the edge that I'm gonna need to wipe off. Let me just get a paper towel. Let me get a little piece of paper towel. Obviously you want to try not to waste it, but just wipe your edge of your chalk paste, or if you have an ink single. And guys, we do have a sample packet. If you we have a sample kit for $5 that can be mailed to you directly from my website if you want to try chalking out. Now we don't have an ink sample kit yet. We only have a chalk one, but it just shows, it has everything you need to make a cute little project for $5, and you can at least try it out and see what it feels like. So hang on for me. I am gonna grab my tape. I forgot to do it. I didn't think about it. Oh, God, my bag, y'all. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab a little Scotch tape. You can use duct tape, you can use, Scotch tape, whatever you want. Something that's going to seal it, because the whole idea is you don't want air to get to this and dry it out. So I just put it over it like that, so it's halfway on it, and then come over the seal, and now it's sealed until the next time I want to use it. And it'll stay fresh. Isn't that awesome? Cool. Okay, so let's finish this guy up. This should be dry. We're just going to hit it with the air dryer for just a second. And you guys, I apologize if I've missed any comments. I always will go back and check them out, because sometimes I can see them on my phone and sometimes I can't. If you guys like this, hit that heart button. Let me know what you think. I'm just going to speed up the drying just for a second. Chalk paste dries pretty fast. The shimmer about 7 or 8 minutes, and the regular chalk paste is about 5. It should be dry already. Yep, it's dry. It's dry. I just wanted to be sure. Oh my gosh, you guys. Holy cow. This week. Okay, anyway, that's dry. See, I can touch it. I can even wipe it down. I don't want to scrub it, because if I wet it and then scrub it, that's how I change it out. That's how I would take this off and reuse it. But I can touch it and I can do things to it. I can even wipe it down if I need to, but it's decorative. I shouldn't need to. Okay, so now I'm going to face it towards me, and I'm going to try to line this up right below it and not worry about the top part this time. Okay. And get this smooth. And if it doesn't, if I get any bleeds, I'll show you how I fix those. Oh, I know what I might do with the stars. I think I'll put the stars up above it after I put July on. I like showing you guys how you can fix mistakes if you have them as well, because we all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. And you got to know how to fix those as well, right? And in my opinion, everything is figure outable, especially in crafts. You can figure out some way to make it work into your craft. And besides, when you make something handmade, it's not supposed to look like it came off an assembly line. It's supposed to be original, and it's supposed to be a little slightly imperfect. If it's perfect, you're going to think it wasn't hand created. All right. I think I got it all down. So there we go, right there. And we're going to do this part in I need another squeegee, in the Duchess color. So What do you think? I know it's bright. I know it's bright, but it's so pretty. All right, guys. And a little goes a long way. So basically I just squeegee it on and then I squeegee it off. Take off any extra. Okay, so there we go. And then the favorite, peel and reveal. Dun, da, 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 da. Oh, actually I really didn't get any bleeds. So isn't that cute? What do you think, guys? Hit that heart button if you like it. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is, you see the stars on here? Let's put the stars on the top. I'm gonna try to be careful. Hang on a second. I'm gonna try to be careful, not touch the bottom. So what color should I do the stars in? Should I do the stars in the blue as well? I'm gonna put the stars all the way up here on this little lip, just because I can. What color do you guys think I should do it in? White, that blue, or what I could even do, oh, I almost touched it. Yeah, because that's not straight at all. What I could even do is silver or a red shimmer. The red shimmer wouldn't show up a ton, but it would show up some. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking maybe the blue needs to be. So see what I've done? Put it right up there. I think maybe the blue. Okay. We're going to go with it. If I don't like it, if you guys tell me different, I can always take it off and redo it another color. And this weekend, you guys, I'm going to share. So tomorrow's the last day of my club, my the summertime one. That one, it's going to change on the 1st. We'll have our new color of the month on the 1st. So I have all kinds of fun stuff on Saturday to share. But I also am going to do a patriotic project this weekend with you that is with the supplies you can just go get on your own, just at your local, if you don't already have it in your craft room. Ready? There we go. What do you think, guys? Sorry, I got a glare. I love it. Okay, I'm going to spray that with some water, and then I'll take these to the sink and just use cool running water and a board eraser, which is like a special sponge type thing that we have in my shop that works great on transfers as well. And I just use those to clean up. So I'm gonna make sure I always close my lids because I don't want the air getting to them. And let's look at these two projects, guys. That's what I have for you today. I hope you love them. I hope you like them. Let me know what you think. Hey, Miss Lou, thanks for joining me. Aren't these great? These are thrift store finds, just upcycled paste and ink. So, all right, guys, that's my project for today. Thanks for letting me come into your world for just a little while and share my love of creating with you. I hope that you are able to do at least one thing today that makes you happy or creative. And come back and join me next time. Until I see you then, I hope you'll be safe, you'll stay healthy, stay cool, and be blessed. All right, guys, bye.